people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
You've been knocked down and got up again. In a corner, you're surrounded, no defenders. You've hid your fury and kept it in. But it's time now, you ignite and turn to embers. Like a phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes. Phoenix, you burst in a fire burn. A thirst and desire, you transform right up in a flash. You spread your wings to rise from the ashes.
Get ready for verse 2, Electric Boogaloo.
You see the truth behind the veil, and you know that they're just looking for attention. Oh, you don't let their ruthlessness prevail. Oh, it's time now, light your fire for ascension.
Good morning. Welcome back to another deadline stream. The voice hasn't really got much better. My nose is not running as much though, which is good. So we'll see how things go. When I tried to record the game week preview video yesterday, I had to stop and restart loads of points. I just couldn't stop coughing. So it was all right in the morning though when I did team selection. So I'm hoping because we're in the morning it'll be all right. And let's get through to the Game Week 29 deadline. A little bit of a shorter stream because I just didn't think I was going to be able to talk for like 2 hours. But yeah, we'll get those transfers locked in. I've already done my transfers, by the way. I'll show you in a second. I don't think it's too much of a surprise. Just because a lot of people are already asking. Just because a lot of people are already asking about Liverpool. As always, I haven't seen a team sheet or anything like that. I don't know who's starting, but as far as I know, the players you'd usually think worry about for FPL are okay. So all these COVID rumours and stuff, we shouldn't be worried. You know, make of that what you will, right? You decide what to do from there. Excuse me. I'm going to try and not cough too much in the mic, but I think it's inevitable this morning. I'm still not like 100%. Already done Dennis to Kane and Bowen to Kulusevski -4. Is Van Dijk? Van Dijk, as far as I know, Van Dijk is okay. Whether or not he's going to start, I don't know, and that's going to be the message throughout the stream. Like the Liverpool game is the first game, so we might see we might get team news closer to the lineup and actual lineup. But as far as I know, I think the problem was that a lot of people just put kind of 2 and 2 together and said, well, he missed training and Klopp said there's COVID and therefore he must have COVID. But I don't, as far as I know, that's not the case. Again, could be wrong. I'm never going to sit here and 100% guarantee, right? Unless I could speak, unless Klopp was going to call me up and tell me, you never know 100%. Andy using his phone and in sick voice. The funny thing is, right, I genuinely, I love my job, right? I love not having a normal job. But this week I was thinking it would just be nice just to ring in sick and just not have to do any work. But you know what I mean? You can't have it both ways. Can't be wrong if you pick both answers. Is that me? To Robertson or Cancelo to Doherty -8 better moves. I don't know. I mean, Cancelo to Doherty is probably okay. I think. Okay, I'll put it this way: if I had Van Dijk, I'd probably keep him unless it funded a really good move for like Kane or something like that. Sorry, yeah, I can bring my team up. Yes, sorry. I'm a little bit all over the place because people are asking me stuff on Twitter, and this is my team. So I did the moves I spoke about yesterday. I did James to Doherty, and I did Ramsey to Kulusevski, and I don't have Kane. I did briefly look at a -8 for Kane last night, but I was 0.1 million off. So I looked at Reece James, Lacazette, and Rafinha. So I was looking at Rafinha out to Martinelli, Kane, and Doherty, but I was 0.1 off. And to be honest, I think game week 30 is going to be the key. If Son can match Kane, I don't even care if he outscores him. I mean, it'd be great if he outscores him, but I don't really care. If he can match Kane in game week 30, then I'll be okay with a move. I just couldn't take a -4 or a -8 to remove Son for Kane. I don't know. Again, if I was wildcarding this week, I would have Kane. So I think sometimes people interpret what you say in a weird way. I don't think Kane is bad, obviously, and I probably would pick him if I was wildcarding, but I haven't gone that way. Two secs. What moves have I done? James, someone's just asking me. James and Ramsey to Doherty and Kulu, that's his name now, because people don't want to say Kulusevski because they can't pronounce it, and I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right. I'm just going with how it's spelled, or it's just too long a name to say. Kulu. His son has been consistent, yeah. It's crazy. Does anyone have a black screen? I hope not. Should look fine. Keep Havertz or sell for Jota, Diaz, Kulusevski. I still like Havertz. Was fair play for anyone that had Havertz last week. A really great punt. I still think at some point Lukaku's going to start, and I do just worry slightly about Havertz this week because they've got Champions League, and you'd imagine right now Havertz has to start that Champions League game. So Lukaku could start, but on the other hand, I wouldn't sell Havertz for Jota. I don't think his minutes are secure right now, and I think the same for Diaz, especially with Firmino back. So Havertz to Kulusevski maybe, especially if you need someone in game week 30. But I don't know, Havertz could be great after game week 30. So if you're free hitting in game week 30, it could be okay. What do you think of a hit to bring in Martinelli for Bowen and bench Broja? Yeah, I'm benching Broja. I tweeted this morning, I don't know if I actually think Broja is going to get benched, but there's enough people that have put doubts in my mind that I'm benching him, and I have taken a hit to bench him. So, yes, I think that's okay. I think Bowen's injured for sure. He might not be back for 30. I mean, I think with Martinelli, with Smith Rowe back, his minutes are now not quite as secure. He could come off early. He may not even start one of the games, possibly. But that wouldn't be enough to put me off Martinelli. I still think he's a really good option. I trusted my gut and captain Havertz last week, 35k to 12k. Very, very nice. Very nice. It was, again, it was one of those weeks where I definitely can't complain about my score because it was good, but had I got a captain return, it would have been great. I just missed that player like Coutinho, Havertz, or even Captain James, but look, you're not going to win them all every single week, and I'm pretty happy. His name is Kulusevski. Oh, I was doing so well with Kulusevski as well. It's close. Is it not close? I mean, I pronounced Doherty correctly, so can I just have Kulusevski? You're hearing rumours already, are you, that Doherty might be benched? Look, would that be surprising? I've got to be honest, right? I think sometimes when you actually have to make the transfers, your brain kind of tells you what you really think of a player. And I got to be honest, I did have I'm fine with Kulusevski. I think he's a really good option. I don't see him getting rotated that much. It could happen, but I don't see it that much. I don't know how happy I am with Doherty, to be honest with you, because I just don't see him starting all three of the next three fixtures. I just don't see it. Now I needed money to get Kulusevski anyway, and long term, I will probably upgrade Seiss or Luka Dean back to like a Cancelo or a Reece James, something like that, or Rudiger maybe. So I'm not going to have to play him every week. But there is a little bit of doubt. I think it's fine to have some doubt that Doherty's not going to play the next 3. And let's be honest, he hasn't been nailed, right? So is he suddenly nailed to play every single game and for Emerson Round not to play? No. I think if you bring him in thinking that he's nailed, I think his minutes are good enough, hopefully going forward, that he's going to be a good option. But I think nailed is the wrong word, right? And I think if he does play, he's so attacking, I think it's okay. But there was some slight doubts in my mind. There was no doubts of Kulusevski, to be honest. Doherty can't mark Sancho. He won't be able to attack as often. Yeah, I mean, they are going to be tougher games, right? I know, again, like Man United, it's always easy to take a dig at Man United, but it's not going to be as easy to play through Man United as it was against Everton. Like, Everton just could not counter Spurs at all, and they didn't change anything to try that either. Yeah, Doherty might be first choice now. I don't really have too many doubts about that, but that could quickly change with someone like Conte, right? He sees something he doesn't like, bam, he just changes the whole team. Maybe not the whole team, like Kane and Son aren't going anywhere, but do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to put doubts in people's minds, but I'm just saying I had some doubts when I bought him in, but I've still bought him in, so that tells you that I think his minutes will probably be okay, right? I think bringing players in that are absolutely nailed is obviously good in FPL, but with squads and stuff now, and all the matches and stuff that teams play, and the rotation, squad depth, it gets harder and harder to do that. So every now and again, I mean, there's a lot of nailed players in my team, I would say. Salah, Rafinha, Son, Saka, Jimenez, hopefully, Lacazette, but every now and again, that odd one is probably okay. Okay, a -8 to bring Doherty, Lacazette, and Kulusevski. Ian, I think that sounds okay. I tweeted earlier, I think this week is similar to Game Week 26. I don't think it's identical, because I think when you took hits in Game Week 26, it was also for kind of Game Week 28, Game Week 29, and Game Week 30 as well. But there are plenty of hits this week that are going to be fine. Like Lacazette and Kulusevski, and using Doherty to fund it for a hit, for a -8, I think that's fine. Lacazette, double this week. Kulusevski, double this week. Doherty, double this week. They all play next week. The fixtures after 30 are pretty good. I think they're fine. I think a lot of hits are okay. It doesn't mean your team needs hits. It doesn't mean that every -8 or every -12 is good. I only took a -4 because I don't need any more hits. Or I don't need to take a hit to remove Rafinha or Jimenez this week. I've already got triple Liverpool. I've already got triple Spurs, triple Arsenal, and double Liverpool. Obviously, it'd be massively different if Jota was absolutely 100% nailed. Then I would probably look at maybe taking a hit or two to bring him in, but I don't think he is right now. If I didn't triple captain this week, I mean, there's plenty more double game weeks to come. I think FPL Focal was making a point earlier that Salah could have a better double game week later on in the season, like around game week 36. The only issue is, by that point in the season, is the league going to be over? And if it is, are those teams still in the Champions League? Are they going to rotate more? Are they going to be injured? I think the thing I like about triple captaining right now is we kind of know what we know. I would feel hard done by if Salah misses either of these two games. The title race is wide open, or not wide open, but it's open for Liverpool for sure. And they're two tough games, which I mean, I guess is one reason to not triple captain him. But I think he's going to play both, and it's Salah, right? So I'm definitely triple captaining. But there will be other double game weeks like this. I think like there's going to be like maybe game week 32, 33, then maybe 35, 36, 37. Like we could have 5 double game weeks before the end of the season after this one. Now they're not all going to be big double game weeks. Some of them will have it could be like Everton and Burnley, for example, that double. And one game week could have just Watford and another team, so they're not necessarily exciting, but there are going to be more players, more double game weeks. Sorry. Already used my free transfer on Coutinho to Son. Contemplating another hit. Which hit would you prefer? Rafinha to Kulusevski or Cody to Doherty or both? Probably Rafinha to Kulusevski. I think Cody is nailed. So if Doherty does miss one, then him and Cody play the same over the next 2 weeks. And I don't think Spurs fixtures are so good that we need to think that they're essential. I don't know if I would do both. I mean, you could do both. I don't think both is bad. I don't know about Cody to Doherty. Is it really needed? I mean, I don't know. Maybe Doherty. Yeah, maybe both is fine. Maybe both is fine. I don't think either hit is bad. Let me just say that. Bringing Lacazette will take a chance on Calvert-Lewin and bring Lacazette in next week. I really think that Lacazette is a much better option than Calvert-Lewin right now. I'm just going to say, I think, had both of them played all season and had no fitness concerns, and maybe if you were free hitting in Game Week 30, then Calvert-Lewin would be the one. But Lacazette's also on penalties. As far as we know, he's fully fit. He hasn't had a long-term injury. The fixtures, I think, look okay this week. I mean, Liverpool's not easy, but I think the double's okay, and they play next week as well, so he's got an extra fixture. With Calvert-Lewin, I'm in two minds because he's been out for so long. They brought him back, and then he got injured again. And now they've got Gray back. So I think Fantasy Football Scout, for example, have got Richarlison starting through the middle and Gordon and Gray flanking. And they're not predicting Calvert-Lewin to start. Now, I don't necessarily 100% agree with that, but I can see where they're coming from. But on the other hand, can Everton afford to bench Calvert-Lewin right now? They're in a relegation fight. Right? If they keep losing, things get really bad, pressure builds, fans get on their back. In some ways, I don't know. I think Calvert-Lewin is a hard sell for me this week, as in, like, it's hard for me to kind of sell him to you, like, as in to bring him in. I haven't explained that very well, have I? Haven't slept very well. But between Lacazette and Calvert-Lewin, I think there's only one option right now. Lacazette, he's got to get a goal soon, hasn't he? Surely. And he's on penalties too. Is Robertson worth a -8 in total to transfer him in to start him over Kilman? Yes. Yes. Especially if Game Week 30 doesn't matter. Like, Kilman might not start again. God, I know I'm going to keep getting asked about Van Dijk, right? But here's all I'm going to say on it, and I'm not going to unless I see a team sheet, I'm not going to change. As far as I understand, I don't want to sound like a politician or a journalist, but as I understand from what I've been told, Van Dijk is fine. These COVID rumours are just people putting 2 and 2 together because he missed training, and then Klopp said some players had COVID. As far as I know, Van Dijk is fine, but I haven't seen a team sheet, so I couldn't tell you which Liverpool players start, even if I wanted to. Yeah, I did just see something about De Gea. I don't think it's going to affect too many people, but I don't think he's starting today. Or is the game today or is it tomorrow? I can't remember. Oh, it's tonight's game, isn't it? Yeah, Dean Henderson is expected to start against Spurs with David De Gea being taken ill, apparently. According to the MEN. So if you're going to play De Gea this week, maybe don't. It could be worth a hit for a double game week goalkeeper, possibly. But you've probably got another one on the bench. Yes, I'm back in the early kickoff. Yes, I'm backing Salah. I don't care what time he plays. Salah likes to get his points in before lunch, you know. He told me that. Poople Kit, thank you very much. Appreciate the efforts you put in. A fan of your dedication. Take care. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing well. I'm not going to build a wildcard team on stream, to be honest. I did a wildcard video earlier this week, I think. I don't think it would necessarily look too much different to this, by the way. I'm not saying it would be exact. I don't know if I would have Tierney, for example. I'd probably have Kane, but it wouldn't be too far off. Honestly, the early kickoff stuff is just... The early kickoff is a load of rubbish, right? It is a load of rubbish. The problem is... as soon as a player blanks in the early kickoff, it just sticks in people's minds, and I kind of get the psychology of it, because if they do blank, then you're obviously thinking that's weekend ruined, right? I mean, if my triple cap, I've said this lots of times, I've never had more than 9 points from my triple captain, so 9 points into 27. Never had double digits from a triple captain. If I don't get it from Salah, I want it for today. I want double digits from him today. If I don't get it from Salah, I am giving up with a chip. I swear to God. If he goes off injured, like when I triple captain Mane, if he goes off injured in the first half of the first game, not happy. Not happy at all. Oh, it can't happen, surely. Salah cannot blank twice. If he blanks twice, oh my days. Has he even blanked twice in a row all season? Surely not. Start Luca Dean or Seiss? I'd probably start Seiss, to be honest. Although Bowen's out, isn't he? Bowen is out, and Villa can defend pretty well. My gut says Sice, but I don't think Luka Dean's necessarily a bad option. I guess the only problem is for Luka Dean right now, it looks like Cash might be the way more attacking option from the fullbacks, and we know Sice is good from set pieces. So yeah, my gut is Sice. I've got him ahead of Luka Dean in my own team, so I guess I'll stick with that. I don't think, if you wanted to play Luka Dean, go for it. I don't think there's much in it. Take a hit for Broja or Weghorst to Lacazette. I think if it doesn't affect your future moves, I'd probably keep Weghorst. I just think the fixtures after 30 are pretty good. Like neither of them playing Game Week 30, and Weghorst fixtures after 30 are pretty good. I mean, Broja does have Leeds in 31, which is obviously good, but he can't play in Game Week 32 because of Chelsea. Then it's Arsenal, Brighton. I think Weghorst has just got way more fixtures. It's tight because Broja's cheaper, and he's got decent fixtures like after the Chelsea, Arsenal, and Brighton game. But I think Weghorst has way more fixtures to rearrange. I put it this way: I part of the reason why I didn't get Kane, a very small part of the reason, I am slightly worried that I haven't given Kane enough credit for captaincy, like Game Week 30 and 32. But Jimenez is now a placeholder for me for Weghorst. If he doubles in 32, I will bring him in. No doubt about it. Salah turned down Liverpool's new contract offer. Will this affect his performance? Still struggling to choose Salah or Kane as captain. It'd be Salah for me, even if I had Kane, to be honest with you. I think, I don't know. I think when you... Oh, you're not even looking at triple captain, but I think people put doubts in their mind around double game weeks. And obviously Kane has been playing really well, right? We can't doubt that he has been scoring goals recently. But the contract thing with Salah has been going on for a while, and it hasn't affected him up until this point. I don't know why it would start doing it now. So I feel like people are just putting that doubt in their mind because this is a double game week. They don't want to get it wrong. Same with triple captain. People are putting their doubts in their mind because they're not quite sure. And to be fair, like the fixtures aren't as good as game week 26, obviously. But I'm not worried about it, to be honest with you. I'm not worried about it at all. I think it's one of those things that's really hard to know because you can't obviously ask the player. And even if you did, even if like a press person asked Salah in an interview, what's he going to say? No, I'm fine. I'm going to keep playing. I don't worry about that. I let other people decide, right? The classic robot answer or the PR answer. So I don't know. I feel like you know what will happen if he blanks, then people will say, "Well, it's the contract." But I wouldn't let it worry me at all. I think it is a tricky situation for Liverpool, though, because they obviously have a wage structure. And I know people are like, well, Man United pay it or whatever. But, I mean, Man United don't really conduct their business that well. And Salah is getting older. Like, I know, obviously, he's one of the best, if not the best players in the world. But he's not going to be at that level for too much longer. So I can see why they don't want to massively break the wage structure. But at the same time, you do kind of look around the league and think, well, De Gea's getting over 300 grand a week. So, and Salah's like one of the best players in the world. So probably, you can see why he wants the money, right? Before we even get into a discussion of whether anyone should get paid that much every week. In any, whatever. He's 29. Yeah, so I guess, when was he 29 though? Or is he still 28 before he's 29? Yeah, so he's going to turn 30 in June. So how many more years has he got right at the top? Like right at the top. I mean, he does look after himself really well, same way that Ronaldo and Messi did. So maybe he has got another 3-4 years, possibly. Maybe. Anyway, we probably don't need to discuss how much money Salah should or shouldn't be paid in this stream. We've only got 47 minutes until the deadline. Guys, questions like, are you triple captain in Salah? I mean, they're kind of all answered on the screen, right? They're all answered on the screen. I don't know if you can't see it or what. Are you quite confident Broja gets dropped today? I don't know if I am that confident, but enough people have put doubt in my mind that I'm going to play Jimenez. I think Jimenez started against Watford, And obviously, the goal helped too. I feel like he does start Everton and Leeds now, so I'm going to go for it. And look, let's be honest, Everton not great. I'm not saying Wolves are great either, but Everton aren't great. So I think it's an okay. I think it's an okay play. I think the game for Southampton and Wolves are both tomorrow, so we'll see at the same time whether they start. If it'd be quite fun. I would see the funny side of it if Broja started and Jimenez didn't. Now that would make me laugh, but I don't necessarily think that's going to happen. Does no De Gea make Spurs a better option for captain? I honestly, I don't. News like that, I just don't think makes as a bigger difference as people will say. I think if you were going to triple captain Son or Kane anyway, then great. You know, Henderson hasn't played a huge amount, but Henderson's a good goalkeeper. I know De Gea makes a lot of saves, but Henderson's good. I don't think. Do you know what I mean? If I was on the fence between Salah or Kane, Henderson playing wouldn't make me switch to Kane. Do you know? I don't think. I don't. It's really hard for me to make an argument for Kane when I would captain Salah. I mean, they both play Brighton away, so that fixture's gone. So then it's Salah versus Arsenal away, or Kane versus Man United away. I mean, you could argue that Man United is easier. Well, you could definitely argue that. But Salah is just better than Kane, I think, from an FPL point of view. Like, he just is, right? In fact, why do I even need to discuss this? He just is. Like, we're not seeing what Salah's done all season. It's just one of those situations where Kane's great, and if Salah was injured, Kane might even be the best captain. But like, it's Salah. Yeah, hot take, I know. Salah's really good at football. He's really good at FPL as well. Just in case you didn't know. Stephen, 48 months, thank you very much. Alonso and Ramsey to Kulusevski and Doherty, -4. Would you start either Livramento or Broja? I'd probably start. I mean, if I had to choose between those two, I'd start Broja. But if it's to take the hit to not play either of them, then yes, I would definitely do that. I mean, Alonso and Ramsey to Kulusevski and Doherty, really good. Really good. James, been loving the content recently. Wildcard time. Good luck. Good luck on the wildcard. I think it's not a bad week to wildcard, to be honest. I was thinking earlier about the teams that have got games to rearrange, and like Everton and Leicester have got loads of games to rearrange. But I'm thinking now, anyone that wildcards after Game Week 30, are they really going to like triple up on Everton and triple up on Leicester? I just don't see it. So maybe it's just hoping because I've already wildcarded, but I don't think my transition to get those double Game Week players is going to be that bad. Do you know what I mean? If Arsenal and Spurs did end up doubling in 33, then I'm not going to worry that I haven't got triple Leicester. So I think it's a pretty good week to wildcard. I do think wildcard like 34 to bench boost 36 still looks pretty strong, and taking hits this week is perfectly like legit. But I think a wildcard is pretty good this week. So good luck. Gary, thank you very much. Henry, Hotdog, bench boost. Dubravka, Rudiger, Broja, and Rafinha. I think that's a pretty good bench boost. I think there is a chance, obviously, Broja doesn't start, but I like Rafinha against Norwich. Rudiger should play against Newcastle. It's a good fixture. Dubravka's got a double. I quite like that bench boost. If you've got a wildcard and you're going to use it after 30, then you might just want to wait till 36. But I don't think you're going to get much better than that, even in a double, to be honest with you. Daniel, thank you. Blair, should I bench boost Foster, Jimenez, Broja, Ramsey? Yeah, see that? I would like to downgrade my bench ASAP, and this week seems best. It's okay. It's definitely worse than the other bench boosts I just talked about, though. I like Ramsey, I don't think is great. Again, Broja might not play. I know I said that for the other bench boost. Jimenez is okay. And Foster against, who is it? Watford. Who are Watford playing? Christ, can't remember. Southampton away. I mean, Foster just played... This is what I was talking about, by the way, with the freaking swing in Game Week 27. So Man United can't score against Watford. Foster goes and gets 10 points. So anyone that didn't free hit and played Foster looks like a genius. And then Foster has a double game week and he gets 1 point. Swings like that, honestly. So I don't know if I'd bench boost that, to be honest. I get the downgrade, I get it, but to be honest, where are you downgrading? Foster's one of the cheapest goalies. Ramsey's one of the cheapest midfielders. Broja's like the cheapest playing good striker. It's only really Jimenez, so I don't really see where you're downgrading anyway, to be honest with you. Need to start one of Barnes, Dennis, Watkins, or Jimenez. Also, Kulusevski is nicknamed Decky, if you prefer to call him that. Nah, I think people will get confused if I start calling him that. I would probably start Jimenez out of all those, in all honesty. Dennis... Southampton have just played really poorly last two, so Dennis isn't bad, but I think him and King have scored like 1 goal between the last like 7-8 games or something like that. I'd probably start Jimenez. Kane versus Salah for triple captain. I'd be on Salah. I don't know if there's much more I can say about it, to be honest. It's all the same things as always. The extra point for the goal. Salah's also on penalty. Salah is just great. Rafinha to Kulusevski -4. Yeah, I guess you. Yeah, I guess. Yeah. Oh God, I really. If there's, do you know what? I've got 9 double game week players this week, and do you know all I want to happen is Rafinha to score a goal. Rafinha to outscore Coutinho. That's all I want. Coutinho's going to smash it again, isn't he? And I'm going to look like a right idiot. Alternatively, Son to Kulusevski and Jimenez to Kane next week for -4. Yeah, it depends how much you value Kane captaincy. I think Kane probably is a slightly better captain than Son, but not like in a massive way. Rafinha to Kulusevski for -4 is okay, I think. It's Norwich, though. Surely. I know how bad Leeds were against Villa. But, like, we were all saying they were pretty good against Leicester. So it didn't, like, people's opinions changed very quickly. They were really bad against Villa. Really, really bad. But can Norwich play the same? I don't know. I think Norwich will give them a good game. Don't get me wrong. James, thank you. Nick Toll. James and Ramsey to Doherty and Kulusevski for a hit. That's exactly what I've done this week, so I guess yes. Is Robertson to Doherty a good move so that I can afford Son next game week? I would say if you are not getting Son till next game week, you do not need the money this week, and Robertson is a better option than Doherty. That's what I would say. Varun taking a hit to swap James to Robbo. Would you take another hit to swap Rafinha to Kulusevski? Yeah, I feel like he scores against Leicester. No one considers taking Rafinha out for a hit before Norwich. I feel like that is the margins we're playing with. I don't know how much I like it. I don't know how much deep down it's just my love for Rafinha versus how much I think he's actually a good option. I don't think Rafinha to Kulusevski is a bad hit, but I do think it's one that could be punished. But I don't think it's bad. I don't really know. I don't really know if I can say any more than that about it. If you think Spurs will beat Man United, hit the like button. Come on, Man United. That's another thing I'd like to happen, because I think because Spurs, I mean, it feels like everyone's just forgotten that Spurs lost to Wolves, Southampton and Burnley recently, and Middlesbrough. Because Man United lost to Man City, it's like they're going to walk all over us. Oh, I really hope Man United win. I hope all my Spurs players blank. It'd be great. So all my Spurs players to blank, because Man United have smashed them, and Rafinha to outscore Coutinho. Is that it? Is that all I want? That's all I want. And Salah, I guess what I really want is Salah to outscore the Game Week 26 triple captain. Like, that would be good as well. That's all I want. Rafinha to beat Coutinho, to score a hat-trick. I want all my Spurs players to blank against Man United because Man United have smashed them. And I want Salah to outscore Game Week 26 Salah. That is it. That is it. And maybe a Saka hat-trick. Do you show yourself and window screen both in OBS? Yeah. Unless I've missed the point. That's all I want. By Saka or Kulusevski. I do think Saka is like one of the best options to bring in this week if you don't own him. I think Kulusevski's good. I think Saka is better. Like, I think once you get out of all the double game week players this week, I think once you've got obviously Salah and Trent, everyone's got them. Once you've got one of Kane or Son, I actually think Saka's probably the next best player to bring in, to be honest. Maybe Robertson. Bench one of Foden, Cancelo or Jimenez. Bench one. Probably Jimenez. Because I would assume that Cancelo, like, you'd hope that if Cancelo's fine to play, he'll just play. And if he's not, he'll just be completely out of the squad again. So probably bench Jimenez. Should I take a hit to swap Rafinha to Kulusevski? Yeah, I just answered that. Van Dijk COVID update. Same thing as always. As far as I know, he's fine. I haven't seen a team sheet. I cannot tell you if he starts. I can't tell you if Robertson starts. I can't tell you if Trent starts. I can't tell you if Salah starts. As far as I know, there's no issues. Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hang on. Oh, apologies. This is what happened when I was trying to record yesterday. I get a tickle and this doesn't go. Excuse me. I saw someone earlier say, "Is it COVID?" I've taken like a lot of tests this week and they've all come negative. So I think I've just got an old-fashioned cold. Do you remember them? I think that's what it is. I've got asthma and stuff as well. So anytime I can get a cold, my chest gets like a bit tight. So it ain't great. Oh, excuse me. I'm not going to start sniffing. I'm not going to start sniffing. That's really annoying to hear down the mic. What is an acceptable amount of points for Kane to score to make the triple captain worth it? I don't know. Ideally you want 15 plus, right? Oh, for Christ's sake. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the rest of the stream. I'm not going to be able to stop coughing now. So what happened yesterday? It just started and it would not stop. Oh, excuse me. Oh my god. Yeah, there is someone on Twitter saying that Van Dijk doesn't start. It might be true. Like I said, I haven't got the team sheet. FPL Steve, I don't know if he's how reliable he is every single week. Oh my god, stop sniffing. Okay, that's really annoying. Let me try and find out. Go to have 5 pints of water. Yeah, but the problem with all these remedies is I can't do them until the stream's done. Hot whiskies, yeah. Daniel, get better soon. Thank you. Hoping for a huge Salah haul. Hopefully, yeah. Hopefully, let's beat. It's not going to happen, right? He's not going to score more than 28 points against Brighton and Arsenal. But oh my god, can you imagine if he does? The amount of kind of why didn't you triple captain Salah questions. Yes, do give the stream a like if you haven't already. That'd be appreciated. Let me just share this. Salah benched? Come on. There's no way. Who is saying Salah is benched? Come on. Every single deadline, it's the same kind of stuff. I do type pretty quick, yeah. It's not a good thing. That just means I've spent too long on computers. Again, I don't know what I can tell you about Van Dijk, right? All I know is there's no... I think all the COVID stuff, apparently he's fine, right? Now, whether that means he starts, not necessarily, but if he's fine, why wouldn't he start, right? It's Brighton and Arsenal. So I don't know. I haven't seen a team sheet. I'm not lying to you or anything like that. I can't tell you any more than that. That's all I can tell you. I've turned my DMs off, by the way, for kind of people that I don't follow as well, because it's just too much spam. So I'm not even going to get any new news. Okay, I really would. All I'm saying is, if I had Van Dijk, I'd keep him. Let me tell you that. Let me just say that. Okay. Broya or Dennis worth a -4 to Cavalier and Richarlison. Maybe for those two, I would take the punt on it. Yeah. I guess it depends who you want to keep long term. Dennis's fixtures aren't actually that bad after game week 30. Look, I don't know what. There's nothing more I can say on Van Dijk. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that tweet is wrong. I'm just saying I have different news. That's all. You do what you want with the information. I haven't seen a team sheet. No one sent me the 11, right? But if I had Van Dijk, I'm not sure how worried I'd be, but maybe it's wrong. Maybe it's wrong. And also, I'm just double checking now. Yeah, if you remember, I tweeted out that the fullbacks were in trouble for the Norwich game, and then the Liverpool team news leaked, and Robertson was put as starting, and then he didn't start. So I'm just saying, I think this info is pretty good usually. So you do what you want with it. If I had Van Dijk and I didn't need to downgrade him for another transfer, I would keep him. I'm triple captain in Salah, and if the team news comes out and Salah, Robertson, Trent, Van Dijk, and every other Liverpool player's benched, who knows? Got 2 free transfers and 2.3 in the bank. Thinking of Son, Broya, Luka Dean to Kane, Kulusevski, Doherty for a hit. We're looking to take out Jimenez after the next game week. Yeah, for 2 free transfers, a -4 to switch Son to Kane, maybe not too bad. And you get rid of Broya and Luka Dean, which is fine. I don't mind that at all. Honey and tea. Yeah, I got... one thing I found out this week is that you're only supposed to have like 1 Strepsil like every couple of hours or something, or every 3 or 4 hours. I had like 4 in about 20 minutes the other day. So that wasn't good. Bench Rudiger or Jimenez? Probably Jimenez, I think. Chelsea got to be in for a pretty good shot of a clean sheet against Newcastle, right? I don't really like benching attackers for defenders, but yeah, super chat. Sorry, I'm trying to get through them as quickly as I can. There is a lot, and we haven't got long to the deadline because I started later, right? So just maybe chill with the amount at the moment. Jota, Reece James, Kilman to Saka, Robbo, Doherty for -8. Yeah, love it. I do think Saka at the moment is I think like things change in FPL. Jota was amazing recently, right? Like he was such a good option, but now I think Saka is much better. So yeah, I quite like it. You could keep James. The only reason I've got rid of James is because I'm a little bit doubtful about. I'm a little bit doubtful about how quickly he comes back and how many minutes he plays. I just don't know if they're going to rush him. Again, I feel like it's a bit harsh saying they rushed him back because they didn't, right? They put him on for 2 sub appearances, but they're probably going to learn a bit and not want to risk him as much. So that's the only reason I got rid of him. I don't even know if it's a good move, to be honest, because if James starts 31, 32, 33, I'm going to wish I had him, right? But that was my reasoning. Cancelo, Smith Rowe, and Coutinho to Doherty, Saka, and Son for -8. Yeah, I quite like that, to be honest. Quite like it. I mean, Cancelo could play again, and it is Palace. It could be a clean sheet there, but he could also miss out. Smith Rowe, I don't think is a good option. Coutinho is all right, but Saka and Son are better. So yeah. Am I overlooking Mane? I mean, how does Mane fit into this team, right? I mean, yes, I am overlooking him, but on purpose, I guess. Chasing Penelope. Just saw Salah in crutches. Said he was in the shower last night eating a bagel with skin on kiwi when he slipped and injured himself. Maybe take a hit to remove him. Can you imagine if we got news like right now saying that he's out or whatever? Yeah, there you go. The Van Dijk stuff is just a troll. So, as far as I know, he's fine. He's fine. Sorry, I've got a. Oh, that is not what you want to hear on a mic. I don't know. I'm not going to keep discussing the Liverpool thing. As far as I know, there's going to be pretty much zero shocks when we see the lineup. Yeah, but just remember that players can miss training for various reasons, like build-up of matches, for example. Van Dijk has played a lot recently. I mean, a lot of people thought he might get a rest last double game week. Didn't happen. Kane FOMO will be hitting hard in about 30 minutes. I've got to be honest, I don't think Kane FOMO will happen for me this week, but it will in game week 30 and it might do in 32 as well. I think this week I'm okay without Kane. Although the fact that a lot of people are captain him means he probably will be above Son in effective ownership. But I guess if Son then outscores him, happy days, right? Took a red arrow last week to bench boost this week with 10 doubling. Looking to triple captain Kane when he doubles in the future. He loves scoring against Arsenal. Good luck. Good luck. Oh, yeah, there's nothing wrong if you want to keep your triple captain. But for me, I just think this was always the plan. And like, what has changed for me? Nothing. Salah is probably going to start both these games. The only thing that has changed is that Salah hasn't scored as much as Kane has recently, and that is the only doubt that's being put into people's minds, and that doesn't bother me. So, for me, the plan was always to triple captain Salah this week once I wildcard in 26. I don't see any reason to change that. That's what I'm going to do, basically. Do you think we should remove Salah in game week 30 because of World Cup fixture for Egypt? I did think about it, but I mean, there is a chance he's going to miss that Watford game, I guess. A small chance, but it's only 2 games, and I think there's 3 or 4. I think there's 4 days between his qualifier and then the Watford game. So for me, for example, it'd be if Salah was to miss that Watford game, I don't think that's going to happen. But if he was, it's a bit of a nightmare because I can't spread that cash to Kane now. But I think I'd want him back from 32 onwards anyway, so it's not too bad. Yeah, this is probably my team. I don't see why I would change it massively. Yeah. This is, probably my team. Maybe I'll do a last minute change. Who knows? You know, keep it exciting, but this is probably going to be it. You know, maybe I will... Got a cough again, hang on. Maybe I will switch my bench order around for some excitement, but other than that, I think this is it. Guys, there ain't going to be any more Van Dijk updates. The update is he's fine. That is the update. Doherty over Dyer, just for some excitement in my life, really. Jimenez to Calvert-Lewin. Nah, I think if Calvert-Lewin played it... God, excuse me. If Calvert-Lewin... if... What was I trying to say? Yeah, if Calvert-Lewin played in 30, I'd give that some serious thought. Jimenez to Calvert-Lewin, but... Not happening. Tom, thank you. Oh, I don't know how long I can go. Bloody throat. Not muted, am I? No. Borrow your Son to Kane Kulusevski or Jimenez Coutinho to Kane Gordon -8. I mean, Broja to Son to Kane Kulusevski for -4 is maybe okay, to be honest, but I don't know if I like either of those really. But I guess if you've already got Son, do you need to force Kane for a -8? Jimenez and Coutinho both playing 30 as well. Gordon doesn't, so it depends. I don't know if I really like either of them. I guess if you push me, I'd say the Kane -8, but to go -4, would you do another one for James to Robertson? I think James to Robertson is good, yeah. Yeah. Last time, yeah. Anyway, is it worth bringing in Saka for Willock Ramsey for a hit to avoid having to start both Jimenez and Broja? I think Saka's great, so yeah. Took Jimenez and Bowen out and bought in Son and Morpay. Cool. Good luck. I think the only thing with Morpay is, has he been... Hang on. You kind of forget that Brighton have even got double game week this week. Yeah, he missed the last game against Newcastle, but he has been starting fairly regularly, so it could be okay. Van Dijk was spotted in the local Tesco's in Ireland this morning. Not sure why he's taking a trip to the Emerald Isle before a game, but who knows. King, Foden, Bowen to Saka, Laka and Kulu. -8. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. Especially if you're going to have no bench and 7 players in game week 30. I think that sounds fine. Smith Rowe, Havertz and Kilman to Saka, Kulusevski and Doherty, or Smith Rowe, Rudiger and Watkins to Lacazette, Saka, Kulusevski and Doherty I think is better than... Basically it's Saka versus Lacazette, right? I think Saka's better. I don't know. I do think I may be underestimating Lacazette a little bit. I think he has got penalties, right? So we know, like, the thing is, I can say that Son's close to Kane, but all we need is for Spurs to get 2 penalties in a game, and suddenly Kane looks like the obvious choice. It could be the same with Lacazette at some point. Van Dijk loves an Irish fry-up. It's all that white pudding. Oh. I think Jimenez to Lacazette's a good transfer, yes. Yes. Edouard, Bowen, Cancelo. I mean, this sounds good already. Edouard, Bowen and Cancelo out. Kane, Martinelli, Kelly -8. Or just do Bowen to Kulusevski and play Broja over Edouard. Free hitting in 30 anyway. If you haven't got Son, I would get Kane. If you have got Son, you can probably just do the Kulusevski move. As far as I know, it's not COVID. No, I've taken a lot of tests this week, and they've all been negative. I mean, I know tests can be negative, but I've taken a lot at this point. Jam it right up the nose. Oh, it's not nice, is it? Not nice. James to Robertson or Doherty for a -4, going to free hit 30. Yeah, Robertson is better than Doherty for me. Like, I do think Doherty's a really good option, but we shouldn't start thinking he's better than Robertson, right? Especially if you don't need if you're free hitting a game with 30. I have White, Ramsdale, Doherty. Would you do a -4 swap for White to Amity and Ramsey to Marseille, or just stick with double Arsenal defence and have Saka? I'd probably just stick with a double Arsenal defence, to be honest. Would you play Weghorst or Dennis? Probably Weghorst. Watkins or Broja in starting lineup? Probably Watkins. I think Watkins is going to start. I don't know. I don't know if we're all just like... I don't know if like a couple of people speculated about Broja. Now we've all kind of taken that to mean that he's definitely not starting. But I don't know. It just feels like there's enough doubt in my mind. I don't know what the music is I'm listening to, but it's absolutely rubbish. Someone asked that earlier, right? Is no Son or no Kane crazy? I don't... I feel like I need a new vocabulary for FPL. I don't want to say risk. And I don't want to say essential, and I don't want to say nailed, right? But Kane and Son are just good options right now. So is it crazy? No, maybe not. But I don't see why you wouldn't try and bring at least one of them in. They're probably the best 2 captains for Game Week 30, especially with Vardy now injured. They've got a double game week this week. The fixtures are good afterwards. They may have a double in 33. They are just all-round objectively great options. So it's not crazy and they're not essential, but I would want one of those 2 in my team. That's all I would say. That's all I would say. Oh, I said the music was rubbish. Now it's just completely gone off instead. Like Spotify is just not working. Oh, oh, hang on. Why? Oh, yeah. I thought my nose was done, but it's just as bad. Oh, it's really weird that. Hang on. The music's gone off in my ears. It feels weird. I don't usually stream in silence. Now my whole room just sounds like so loud. Yeah, bench 2, Dennis, Broja, Cancelo, Coutinho, Rafinha. I'll bench 2, probably Dennis and Broja. Willock's Kulusevski or Jimenez to Lacazette. I mean, Willock's got the double, Annie, but I think Willock to Kulusevski, to be honest. You could arguably do both for a hit. I think especially if you need a player in Game Week 30. James for Doherty or Reguilon. I could have done either with the money I had. I went for Doherty. I don't even know if I think that's necessarily a great move, because Reguilon now arguably doesn't have any competition for his place because Sessegnon's injured. They could play Doherty left wing back. It has happened before. But Reguilon's had so much rest recently. I don't even know if Doherty is a better option. But the way I looked at it was, if I'm going to take a punt on a Spurs defender, I'm going to take the one that's 0.5 million less. I think that's kind of what I come up with in the end. Oh, excuse me. Do I take an extra -4 for Broja to Richarlison? It's okay. I don't think it's a bad. I think Richarlison definitely starts both, so I don't think it's a bad punt, especially if you're having to play Broja. I don't mind that as a punt at all. Play Shah or Jimenez this week? I'd probably play Shah. Should be back, I think. Bench boost Havertz, Broja, Dubravka and Hwang. Probably, again, Broja might not start, but otherwise it looks quite good. I'm making you feel worse, am I? Sorry. It's like when oh no, I won't even get into that. I don't know. I'm never gonna get through all these super chats. I can't talk. I just can't talk. Every time, the more I talk, the worse the throat gets. Thiago Silva to Robertson -4. Don't have any free hits left. I mean, Thiago Silva's not playing in Game Week 30 anyway, so moving to Robertson doesn't necessarily hurt you for Game Week 30. This just doesn't help you either. But I quite like Robertson for -4, yeah. Don't know if the super chats come together, but the overall... Oh, I can't. I can't talk. I cannot talk. The water's not helping. The other option of transfers is Jota, Ramsey to Salah, Saka, Kulusevski. This would leave me with only 2 pool. I don't think having 2 Liverpool is that bad. I don't know if I would take Ramsey out there. The problem is I don't know what your other super chat was, I'm afraid. But Jota, would I take Jota out? I mean, Saka and Kulusevski are going to be both better options, and Ramsey is definitely not as good as the other 2. And they give you an extra player in 30, so I quite like that, to be honest. But I don't know what your previous one was. Talk less. Yeah, the problem is when you're on a live stream, when you're the only person on there, it's very hard to talk less. But I want to see it through to 11. I don't think I've missed the deadline stream all season, so I want to try and see it through. Ramsey to Kulusevski from -4 to bench Jimenez Broja. Yeah, that's what I've done. James Coutinho to Kulusevski, Robertson or Doherty. We'll have 8 doubles and 29, 10 in blank Game Week 30, 11 if Doherty. I still like Robertson, to be honest. James to Tierney or Doherty. That's hard. I'm going to say Tierney. De Gea to double Game Week goalkeeper for -4. Also have Foster. Yes, especially if it helps you for next week. Like, because I don't think De Gea and Foster both don't play in Game Week 30. So if you're not free hitting, you could get like a Ramsdale or a Lloris, and they would also play Game Week 30 as well. So I think that hit is definitely worth it. Like obviously, we don't know 100% De Gea's out, but I think the source it came from seems pretty good. Dubravka, Jimenez, Broja, Seiss, bench boost, no wild card left. It's not bad. It's not bad. The problem is, I guess you have to try and get on a transfer planner and just see if you're going to have a bench boost, a better bench boost at any point. But the fact you haven't got a wild card could make it worth it. Would you bench Mount, Broja, or Dyer? Probably Broja. I wouldn't bench Dyer because he's got the double, and I'd probably play Mount ahead of him. Ahead of Broja. James Sadati for my free transfer. Would you -8 to bring Kane and Marcelli in for Lacazette and Coutinho? I possibly would, yeah. It's tough, though. Like, Lacazette's obviously got the double, so you're only gaining one extra fixture. If you've got Son, I maybe would be less like worried about doing it. If you don't have Son, I'd probably do it. Matip in. Yeah, I mean, Matip, maybe we should start taking Matip seriously, right? He's playing a lot of minutes. He's not getting injured, but the problem is he could be rested for Konate at any point. Like, in fact, he didn't play against West Ham, Matip, right? He didn't play against Chelsea either, but then he did play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 90s in a row. I don't know. I just feel like there's usually better options than spending a Liverpool spot on Matip. Take a -4 to get Doherty to replace Cancelo. If you need a player in 30 as well, then possibly, yeah. Start Dubravka or Ramsdale. Kane, Marseille, Alonso, or Son, Saka, Rudiger. Probably Son, Saka, Rudiger. Rudiger's more nailed than Alonso. Saka's more nailed than Martelli, and Son and Kane are both pretty much as nailed as each other. I know Son's missed a few more minutes recently, but I don't know if we should really put too much emphasis on that. Just for a 1 week punt, Hwang or Pookie this week? Is Hwang even nailed? I think nailed is. I think Hwang gets most starts. But I wouldn't say he's nailed. Who have Norwich even got? Oh, Leeds. I played Pookie. I think. Play Pookie. Pookie scored got 4 returns the last 7 weeks. Everyone always tells me we're sleeping on players. I'm telling you, I mentioned Pookie. I talked about him. I said Norwich got a double game. They got good fixtures to come. Ish. I said don't write it off completely about bringing in Pookie. And what's he done? He can't stop scoring. I mean, he hasn't scored that many goals, but yeah, I would play Pookie ahead of Hwang, I think. Pickford or Ramsdale for this week? Pickford. I think I'll go Pickford, right? I think Arsenal defence is definitely better, but they have got 2 tough fixtures for clean sheets this week. And so Everton defence is rubbish, but they've got 2 pretty good fixtures for clean sheets. So I think I'll go Pickford if it's this week only. Already answered that one. Bench Jimenez or Rafinha? Jimenez. Andre, Livramento, Seiss and Broja, bench one. I don't know if I would bench Broja. I'd probably play Livramento and Broja and bench Seiss and just hope that if Broja does miss out, it doesn't come on at all. Bench one. And is Kane being overlooked as a differential to make up the rank? I don't think Kane's being overlooked. I think plenty of people are going to captain him this week. If you want to go differential, go for it. I'm not sitting here thinking that Kane's a bad captain. I just think Salah's better. Like, that's all there is to it, really. Like most weeks, right? Just like I think Trent's great, but Salah's always going to be a better captain than him. Well, I'll never say always, but right now he is. Rafinha or Odegaard, Marcelli? Marcelli, probably. I think the only reason you go Odegaard over Martinelli is if you think Martinelli starts getting benched at any point. So I don't think Odegaard, Saka and Lacazette are going to. 5 minutes left. Any major news? No, just that there shouldn't be any surprises in the Liverpool team. Again, just to reiterate, right? Because I mean, the kind of people that message you after you mention team news are not people you want messaging you. They're just idiots. But as far as I know, there's no issues with the Liverpool team. There shouldn't be any shocks. But again, I haven't been sent a lineup, so I don't know who is definitely starting. So I couldn't tell you who's starting in midfield. Like, essentially, I don't care who's starting like in the Liverpool 3. Right? I'm only caring about FPL players. That's all I'm asking about. But as far as I know, there should be no shocks. So if you've got Van Dijk, Robertson, etc., should be fine. We'll find out in half an hour. You take that information, do what you want with it. If you want to take that as a 100% guarantee, even though I'm not saying that, that's up to you. James and Ramsey to Robertson and Gordon. Yeah, don't mind that. I think Gordon. I was listening to Mark on the Fantasy Football Fest space last night, and he kind of said like Lampard will find it hard to drop Gordon. I think he has probably played like Everton haven't played well, but he's done all right. And he is a good enabler. They do have a lot of fixtures to rearrange, so I don't mind it. I think just because of the amount of options they've got, like at some point, could they line up with Richarlison on the left, Calvert-Lewin through the middle, and Gray on the right? That could happen, and Gordon could get benched. But as an enabler, he looks pretty good right now. And he's getting pretty good minutes as well. And like I said, when Everton haven't been playing well, he kind of has like... he comes out of it with some credit, I would say, right? So he's played well. So I think he's probably okay. And he's so cheap anyway, it's not even that big of a deal, right? Robbo Fitton starting. I don't know if he's definitely starting, but as far as I know, he and all the usual suspects are fine. So there we go. There we go. Marseille's not nailed Smith Rowe's fit now. I feel like I've had this argument with kind of Arsenal fans so much. I think it's Marseille's spot to lose, but yeah, his minutes are probably not as secure as they were since now that Smith Rowe is back. Is Mount better than Shah this week? I feel like I probably would just play the double game week, to be honest, in that scenario. James, Che Adams, Jimenez out for Kane, Doherty, Hwang. I think because you get Kane, probably yes. I'm not sure about Hwang though. Doherty's fine too. Yeah, it's probably okay. Rami, play Coutinho, Broja, or Jimenez. Coutinho probably. And for the keeper, play Forster or Sarr. Probably Sarr. Son to Coutinho and Jimenez to Kane be a massive upgrade to your team? No, don't think so necessarily, to be honest. Not for a hit anyway. Play Cancelo or Laporte. I think you always play Cancelo between the two. Start which one? Coutinho, Luka Dean, Broja or Cody? Probably Coutinho. Kane, Salah or Son for captain. Salah, bench boost, Sanchez, double, Dennis, Tony, Ramsey. Who Brentford got? They've got Burnley, haven't they? Bemi's still out. Would I bench boost that? I don't think it's bad, but if I had the wild card, I'd probably just save it for Game Week 36. It's not about if you want to get out of the way and then wildcard without having to worry about your bench boost, I would probably do it. I don't think it's that bad, but I think you could probably get a better bench boost in Game Week 36. Don't triple. You see, like every week, some people always reply to me like, "That's a mistake. I don't know why you're doing that. That player's going to blank." And my reply is, it doesn't matter what move I make. Somebody or tens of people, or sometimes even hundreds of people, will tell me it's a bad move. It doesn't matter what I do. And if you want an example of how true that is, someone has just said, "Don't triple captain Salah. He will blank." There you go. There you go. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo. No Canati on the team bus. Yeah, possibly. I mean, would it be a shock if he didn't start? Don't think so, right? Van Dijk and Matip. Again, I haven't seen it. That's just my assumption, right? 2 minutes. I better check my team's done. I feel like I've not checked it enough. Okay. Pick team. The save team is blanked out. Salah is triple captain. That is active. Broja, Saiss, Luka D. I mean, I'm hoping these don't come over. I've got 9 double game week players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And do you know what? There's something I quite like about the fact that Jimenez and Rafinha are my 2 single game week players. I just want them to come good. Both of those players. They get a lot of stick. excuse me. Arsenal bottled the big game, so you could see Liverpool scoring 2 or 3. I hope so. All right, I'm honestly, people just spamming rubbish about Salah. You're gone. You're gone. How long did it take to get your channel up to this level? I mean, I've been making FPL content for more than 5 years now, so not quick. But other people are growing a bit quicker now. Like, I think it is easier. I don't want to say easy because it sounds like it probably is a little bit easier to grow content now. Like, there's more players playing, right? That's the reason. It's not that it's just easier to make YouTube videos. There are just more people playing the game now. Like, when I started, there might have been like 3 million or so. Now there's 9 million. Yeah, again, like all these updates about Liverpool, I know I've been telling you that for like the last hour. As far as I know, again, there should be absolutely no shocks for the Liverpool lineup. I haven't seen it, but that's what I was told. You shouldn't expect any shocks. There you go. The game is updating. I am locked in. Salah triple captain. Can I finally get more than 9 points from my triple captain? 9 to 27. I need at least 10. I need at least 10. 2 returns from Salah would be good. A goal in each game. A goal in each game is what? Like at least 14 points? I'll probably take that right now. If he gets more, happy days. Happy days. Apologies if I missed your message or your super chat. Like, I know that there was a lot. Like, I just think the voice and the throat has just not helped me get through stuff anymore today. I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow. I'm going to see if I'm not any better, then I think I'm going to sacrifice tomorrow's stream. I think that's probably, out of everything I'm going to do next week, I think that's probably the best thing to sacrifice. But we'll see. There's a lot of games on tomorrow, so I don't really want to miss it. Especially if Salah's banged, right? I don't think he necessarily will. But I'm going to go and watch it now anyway. I'm gonna get on the couch and just relax and watch Salah triple captain. Doherty triple captain, callback. Have you really done that? Tweet me if you've really done that. Jesus. All right, I'm going to shoot off because I just don't really want to talk anymore, if I'm honest. I don't think it's getting any better. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Hit that subscribe button. Again, apologies if I didn't get to any of your messages. There's just so much stuff going on. I missed all your messages. Yeah, I mean, there's 10,000 people watching. Like, I can't get to everyone. I apologise. I'm sorry. Let's hope it's a big score. 9 double game week players and Rafinha to score. Come on tomorrow. I really hope that happens. Yeah, enjoy your weekend, and I will maybe see you tomorrow. If not, I'll definitely do some more videos and stuff next week. Catch you soon.